Some of my favorite stories on It's a Miracle are the ones where the odds of something happening are so great, they're absolutely staggering. And this next story may beat them all. In it, the past and the present collide in a totally unexpected, nearly impossible way, changing two lives forever. It was 1985, and 11-year-old Robert Bain was on his way home from school in Juneau, Alaska, when he made an unusual discovery.
I was walking along a trail, and in a ditch I saw an envelope. It looked like it had something in it. I picked the envelope up and was surprised to see something this valuable just laying there on the side of the road.
He went straight home to show his mother, Faye, the treasure he'd found.
Robert came in from school, and his eyes were about, this big around. And he said,
"Hey, Mom, look what I found."
Let me see. And he showed me an envelope, and there was some obviously nice jewelry in it and a string of pearls, which looked pretty real to me.
Where'd you find this?
In a ditch.
I was really proud that Robert didn't play around or do anything else with the jewelry that was in the envelope. He brought it straight home.
Wow, I bet you someone's missing this.
I thought that was very good for a 10-year-old boy.
I knew that returning the jewelry to the owner would be the right thing to do. That's what I'd always been taught from my parents growing up.
Let's see, it's got a name on it here.
There was a little girl's name on the envelope. There were a couple of people with that name. And the first person I called, I asked her if her daughter or she had lost something.
Yes, my son Robert found a pearl necklace and a pendant.
Oh my God.
She said, "Oh, my pearls."
Yes, I'm so glad that we could get
So
these.
we talked about it, and she said she would be over and pick them up.
When the rightful owner arrived at the Baines' home, she was deeply grateful for the young boy's honest actions.
Hi, I'm Janet. And look what I found. Oh, this means so much to me. And I have something for you.
She gave him a $50 bill, and my goodness, he had never seen that much money that belonged to him.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
The owner of the jewelry seemed very grateful to have it returned to her, and I was surprised to be getting a reward and felt good that I could return her jewelry to her.
I've always felt that you get what you give, and I've always tried to teach my kids that, and this set a very good example for Robert. And I firmly believe that if you do good, good will eventually come back to you.
15 years later, Faye's prophecy would come true.
I was at work. I had my purse sitting in the back room. If it was a warm day, we'd open the door. I heard a noise from the front of the store, and I went back and discovered my purse was gone. I couldn't believe it, because in my purse were the keys to my home, the keys to my cars, credit card, checkbook, just everything. So they knew who I was, where I lived, how to get in.
Faye checked outside, hoping the thief had taken the cash and thrown her purse away.
I looked in the garbage cans and everything, but didn't find it. So I pretty much gave up on that. So I went back in and called the police and reported my purse stolen. And of course the police said, "If we find it, we'll let you know," which I pretty much took to mean I'll never see it again,
But a week later, an 11-year-old boy was playing in the woods with a friend when he came upon the discarded handbag.
3/4. Come on, let's go. Look, Mom, I found this purse.
Where did you find it?
In the woods.
ID. When my son brought the purse to me, the first thing I did was check for ID. I didn't recognize the name. Faye, hi. My son has found a purse.
He did?
Has your ID in it? So when I got in touch with Faye, she told me, yes, it was her purse, and asked me to look through it, which I did.
I asked her right off the bat, was there a credit card still in it? And she said, "Oh, yeah."
Credit cards are here. She told me that her purse had been stolen and that she would like to give my son a reward for finding it. Oh, no, no reward is necessary. She said it was necessary because 15 years ago, her son Robert, who was about the same age as my son, had found some jewelry.
And she interrupted me, and she said, "An envelope with jewelry and pearls?" And I said, "Yes," and it was just, and right now I can feel the goosebumps, you know, it's just like, whoa.
I said, "That was mine." She was astounded. I was astounded. I was excited that it had come full circle. Her son found my jewelry and brought it to her, which is what he should have done. My son found a purse and brought it to me, which he should have done. Where did you find it? And in some way, I was really, really pleased that the good deed that her son had done 15 years ago had come full circle, and my son could in some way repay her for that.
We talked about it for just a moment, and it just kind of made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up because it was such an amazing coincidence. Here you go.
And so, 15 years after their first meeting, Fay Bain and Janet Lown met again.
When my son found your mother's jewelry, your mother gave my son a reward, and I'd like to give you a reward too. Thank you very much for your honesty.
Thank you.
I guess I'm a romantic at heart, but I like happy endings. And I think that this is a happy ending.
You found my
I thought it was a miraculous coincidence that one good deed could be returned 15 years later by this same family whom I had helped earlier.
And that your mother should be very proud of you. I believe this whole thing has reinforced that for whatever reason, you need to be a good person and do what you can for other people, because it is going to come back to you in some form someday. And in this case, it came back in a form that was really a miracle.